pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to these Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
The principal of faculty of Caldwell Junior High School would like to welcome you to the National Junior Honor Society induction ceremony. First, we would like to thank all the current Njhs officers and volunteer staff and teachers who donated their time this morning. When the National Junior Honor Society was established in 1929, the hope was to create an organization that would recognize and encourage academic achievements while also developing other characteristics essential to citizens in the democracy. These ideals of scholarship, leadership, service, citizenship, and character remain as relevant today as they were in 1929. Today, the National Junior Honor Society has become a prestigious organization ranking high among administrators, faculty members, students, parents, and residents of the school community. Its reputation for excellence is the result of years of commitment on the part of everyone involved. Through Cjhs chapter service activities, members maintain and extend the qualities that won them selection. Membership is thus both an honor and a commitment. Once again, welcome to the 2020-21 Caldwell Junior High National Junior High Induction Ceremony. Our speaker this morning is Matthew Lemon. He is a graduate of the Caldwell High School class of 2014. He was a member of the Caldwell chapter of the National Honor Society, as well as a member of the Caldwell Middle School chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. In high school, he was also a student athlete, participating in baseball, track and field, and cross country. Matthew is a graduate of Texas Lutheran University, where he received his Bachelor of Science degree in biology. He played on the TLU baseball team and had the district honor of playing in the 2018 Division III College World Series in Appleton, Wyoming. Matthew received his Master's of Science degree in kinesology, I think, and sports psychology from the University of North Texas in Denton. He was a coach/instructor at DBAT Baseball Academy. Matthew also had an internship with the PGA of America. However, it got canceled due to COVID. Matthew is currently awaiting a verdict on his PhD program applications in sports and performance psychology from either West Virginia University or the University of Tennessee. He ultimately aspires to become a licensed sports psychologist and work with the elite level athletes. Other opportunities include corporate health and wellness, military personnel, or fitness. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Matthew Lemon.
All right, thank you so much for that introduction. How are we doing this morning, guys? All right, I know it's bright and early, right? But I do know you guys are super bummed to be missing class right now, okay? So I'm gonna do my best to keep this as brief as possible, and we'll get this thing rolling, okay? The first thing I wanna say is this group is pretty large. I don't remember what the size of was my Njhs class. But I really don't think it was this big, right? So that means you guys are doing something right, okay? But more importantly, it means your parents are doing something right, guys. So go ahead, give your parents a round of applause, your relatives, anybody can do that. Because you guys are a reflection of them, right? Okay? They've been with you since day one, okay? And that's super important, all right? Basically, what I want to talk about today is just the 5 pillars of the National Junior Honor Society. and talk a little bit about that. Not too much, because I know we're going to get some kiddos up here and talk more about that. But the point is just to give my 2 cents on each one of those, and hopefully you guys can take something away from this, okay? Because I can't remember who spoke at my Njhs induction, right? I can't remember who spoke at my Nhs induction. And I know I'm going in and out with this mic. I hate working with mics. So if I bail on it and just start walking around and yelling, that's why I'm going to do that, okay? But the 5 pillars that you guys are going to talk about later, scholarship, service, leadership, citizenship, and character. I'm going to lump those 2 together just because I think they're very much interrelated. If we have good character, we're probably going to be high-standing citizens of our community, okay? Let's go ahead and start with scholarship. All right, the first thing that we're going to think about when we think about scholarships, all right, are like athletic scholarships, academic scholarships, right? But that's not really what the meaning of scholarship is totally, okay? What we can base scholarship on is just learning at a high level, or the ability to learn at a high level, right? And that's not just important in your school in an academic setting, okay? We need to be able to learn at a high level once we get out of school, whether we go to a trade school, go to a university, get in the real world right after high school, okay? We're always going to have to continue to be learning, all right? And your parents, your teachers know all about that, right? And being able to learn at a high level is something you guys have demonstrated already for being here, okay? It's something we're going to be able to continue to rely on, whether it's in our job, okay? Whether it's learning a new skill, learning a new trade, those kinds of things, okay? So it doesn't just stop here. That element of scholarship is something you're going to have to take with you throughout your life, okay? And the more we can work on that and improve that, the better off we're going to be in the long run, okay? And I'm sure your parents can attest to that, your teachers, your administrators, okay? It's something that is important, no doubt about it. Service. Probably the most underrated of all these is service, okay? Because right now, once you guys get inducted, service to your community, to your peers, is something you're going to be responsible for by having service hours, right? Something you're going to have to log and whatnot, okay? But the real question is, once you get out of here and get in the real world, and you don't have anybody on your back about serving yourself, serving the community, serving people around you, right? Are we going to want to serve others? Is that something we're going to have ingrained in our personality? Okay, and that's the point of Njhs requiring you guys to get some service hours in your community, in your school, right? It's trying to lay that foundation and instill that in you. Okay, you guys had Coach Cochran in class? Yes, Texas history, right? Have you ever heard Coach Cochran? I don't know if he says it anymore, right? But he used to say this all the time. Okay, we are creatures of habit. You ever heard him say that? A million times, right? Because it's true. Okay? Okay? And get in the habit of serving our community, okay? Serving people around us, thinking about others first, right? Is a habit that we can start right now, what you guys are going to be doing over the next couple of years, okay? And taking that with you, all right? Shifting to leadership. Hey, leadership. Guys, there's been a million books written about leadership, okay? What it takes to be a good leader, bad leader, vocal leaders, silent leaders, leaders by example, right? All that stuff. And you guys have probably talked about that ad nauseum, man. Career investigations or impact, those kinds of classes, right? But what I want to talk about a little bit today is what it means to be a leader, okay? And I think the best definition for that is what Coach Jimmy Johnson said a long time ago doing an interview. He was the former head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And believe it or not, back in the day, the Cowboys were actually good. Okay? I know it's hard to believe, guys. In the 90s, they were really good, right? And Coach Jimmy Johnson was one of the reasons for it. And he got asked one time in an interview, right? How does he define leadership? How does he find leadership characteristics in his players? When they asked him about it, his answer was pretty direct. He said, I don't know, right? But I know good leadership when I see it, okay? And that's sort of the way I can best describe it. You guys know who the leaders are in this school, right? In your class, okay? Most of you guys are going to be big-time leaders in your class, in your grade, in years to come, okay? And Njhs, being a part of this, will help you guys develop those leadership skills, right? Become better leaders. Learn a little bit about yourself and what kind of leader you are, all right? And the biggest thing we can take away from leadership is if we have a positive impact on others and we can influence them in the right direction, okay, and get them as a group where we need to be, where we need to go, all right, that's a good leader. Whether we do it super demonstratively or whether we're leading by example. Either way, right, good leaders are able to influence others in a positive way. Does that make sense? All right. Shifting to citizenship and character. Right, I said I wanted to lump those two together because I said they're interrelated. Right? High character students are usually good citizens in their community, in their school, and vice versa. Right? And I'm sure you guys have heard your teachers and coaches ad nauseum talk about what it means to have good character, right? What you're doing when people are watching, what you're doing when people aren't watching. Okay, you guys, you're in athletics, I'm sure you've heard that a million times, right? Okay. Something you might not have heard, though, is something Mr. Goodlett, principal at the high school now, back when he was at the middle school, he was Coach Goodlett. And I remember to this day when he talked to our group about character, okay? He said there's 3 categories of character. 3, right? The character we have, the character we think we have, okay, and the character we should have, okay? And when those 3 are in line with each other, okay, that means we're doing the right thing, we're being responsible, we have high character. When one of those things gets out of line, right, when maybe the character we have isn't the one we should have, right, we might be not making the best choices, right? When we know we should have one type of character and we have the other one anyway, okay, obviously we're not in the straight and narrow. But the point is we're always working on that, okay? Our character's not always going to be in line with each other, right? We make mistakes. If we're able to take a step back and realize that, have some perspective, and sort of adjust and figure out where our character needs to be, right? Then we're able to get everything back in line, okay? Life's all about adjustments, okay? We're not always going to be statically improving on a linear type line, right? Yeah, bringing in some math, right? Linear, okay? It's up and down, right? And the more we experience that, the better we're able to handle that, the better off we'll be, not just in school, in the real world, but for the rest of our lives, okay? And so that's my spiel on character and citizenship, okay? And that's about all I have for you guys. I told you it's going to be brief, right? And I did it to my word, right? It was brief, okay? But the last thing I want you guys to think about today is that all this stuff that I've talked about, that we're going to talk about even more in depth, okay? It doesn't stop once we get inducted, right? Once we become Njhs members for real in a few minutes, okay? Now we're held up to that standard, right? And we have to fulfill all these different things, these different requirements to retain our membership, right? And your teachers, your sponsors, your mentors are here to help you continue to do that, right? And make sure we uphold those standards of the National Junior Honor Society, okay? So when somebody's on your back come next semester about getting your service hours done before the deadline, right? Remember, they're doing that because they care, right? Because they want to see you do well and excel, right? And become the leaders of this school and become the leaders of this community, okay? Does that make sense? All right, guys, I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you giving my attention. And I appreciate the ability to not squeak those chairs because I know it's tough, right? They can be loud, I remember, all right? But thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for devoting your time this morning. Students who are considered for membership in the National Junior Honor Society must meet the following qualifications: be in 7th or 8th grade, have attended Caldwell Junior High School for 1 full semester, have an overall scholastic average of 93 or above, belong to and participate in at least one school and/or community organization. The membership of the Caldwell chapter of the National Junior Honor Society has also been earned by the effective demonstration of the 5 qualities, which are held in high esteem by the society. The Njhs officers will now review the qualities of scholarship, leadership, service, character, and citizenship for the candidates. The emblem of this society is the flaming torch. The flaming torch is symbolical of our purpose to bear forward by the searching light of truth. To lead that others may follow in the light. To keep burning in our school of high ambition for the enduring values of life, and to serve with unselfish loyalty to truth and honor. Our motto of this society is, "Light is the symbol of truth." Our first quality is scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with life. Knowledge is one great element in the life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. The flame signifies wisdom and high scholarship.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead is a substantive charge to each of our members and the candidates. This flame embodies leadership and growth.
My office is service. Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or without recognition is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow, to help those who are less fortunate, and to serve in every way possible our school, our community, and our country.
Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character which guides one through life, and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not a choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality and what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, sincerity, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. The members of Cjhs have been chosen because of their recognized qualities of character. The flame I light represents the purity of character, which seems to be the essence of life.
Character is the force within each individual. There we go. All right. Citizenship is vital to the strength of our country. It requires effort and commitment. Without it, there would be a lack of democracy. In the words of the late President John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. It is the willingness of each person to participate responsibly in the affairs that govern America. In school, it is the good citizen who sets the example for others to follow and who builds up a high standard for the school. Through all walks of life, citizenship unconsciously becomes part of our speech, actions, and thoughts. The members of Njhs have been chosen partly because of their good citizenship in school. This flame represents the fundamental basis of good living known as citizenship. Now 5 candles representing scholarship, leadership, service, character, and citizenship have been lit. Each had its own place in the life of a student, but each light is small and flickering by itself. It needs the lending of others to give the full, rich flame.
It is now my privilege to announce the candidates for induction. The Faculty Council has certified that these candidates have met all requirements for the National Junior Honor Society. As I call each student's name, I ask that the student come forth and walk across to greet the president. Then please return to your seats, but remain standing. Owen Becca. Zane Brown. Mercy Cjhs. Chase Clark. Hannah Ray Clark. Shane Clements. Amari Denson. William Donnell IV. Ryan Dusky. Natalie Eastep. Spencer Ellis. Larissa Foster. Luke Freeman. Kara Gold. Cameron Gomez. Elijah Gonzalez. Sophie Goodman's not here today, but she is inducted. Adeline Hicks. Cody Hitchcock. Tansley Johnson. Landry Langley. Jade Lara. Bree Martin. Lillian Motzek. Kobe McCullough. Hayden Mitchell. Madison Moosney. Miranda Polashik. Caleb Rackle. Hannah Salazar. Lillian Schluter. Blake Taylor. Chloe Taylor. Kyson Tony. Kylie Vogler. Parker White. Technical difficulties. And Katie Zaboro. At this time, students, please find your parents so they may pin you. In your envelopes, there's a Njhs pin. And so they're going to come find you. You stay where you are, and they're going, and your parents will pin that on your shirt. Thank you. These are our newest Njhs members. Let's give them a round of applause. Candidates, if you will please stand.
stand and repeat the Njhs induction pledge after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Junior Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, citizenship, and character. Thank you. You may be seated.
On behalf of the Cjhs administration and faculty, I would like to congratulate each of you and your induction into the National Junior Honor Society. Your heart and dedication toward your schoolwork has achieved this accomplishment. May each of you continue to strive for excellence in education. Congratulations and God bless.
First of all, I would like to thank each of you for attending today's ceremony. Parents, you should be proud of your child because that person is a reflection of you. At this time, I'd like to recognize the officers and then go over the packet of information you received when you entered. This year's officers are President Ruth Taylor, Vice President Kate Hill, Secretary Dylan Chapman, Treasurer Kate Smith, and Historian Brianna Salem. In the packet, first you have the certificate that recognizes you as a member of Njhs. Students, your parents have that packet, so you can see that when you see them later. There is a general information page that includes the dues of the society, UIL requirements, and service hours. The Constitution and bylaws are also included. There is a remind code to sign up for important reminders that will be sent out through the year. I encourage both parents and students to sign up for the reminds. You will also locate a list of refreshments for the faculty meetings. Students have already received it, but I did put an extra copy in for parents. This is a service project that every member is required to participate in. If they have any questions, they can see me about their items. To conclude the ceremony, I would like to leave you with the words of Mother Teresa, a Roman Catholic missionary, which illustrates what Njhs is all about: service. Love cannot remain by itself. It has no meaning. Love has to be put into action, and that action is service. Students, you are a role model because you strive for your dreams, not just academically, but also in your behavior, and we are honored to teach students like you. We will take a group picture on the stage immediately after the ceremony. Again, I thank you all for coming and have a great day.